I love apple crisp. This is just one of those desserts that's great any time of the year. This is my recipe and I'm excited to share it with y'all. So let's get started. I have peeled, cored, and sliced 8 medium-sized Granny Smith apples. Now I prefer Granny Smith because of the tartness, but you can use any type of apples that you like. So I'm gonna just show you how I peeled, cored, and sliced them. So anytime I peel apples, I think of the movie Sleepless in Seattle, where she could peel a whole apple in one long curly strand. The whole apple. If you have not seen that movie, you have to. It is one of my all-time favorites. I especially love it during the holidays. Okay, so then you're gonna take and quarter the apple. You may use an apple core, but this is just how I've always done it. So you're gonna cut it in quarters. You're gonna slice it at a diagonal to get the core off, okay? And then you're gonna slice the apple in small slices like that. You want them kind of medium to small, that way they cook good in the apple crisp, okay? Okay, for the apples, so we're gonna take a cup of sugar, a heaping tablespoon of flour, and a heaping teaspoon of cinnamon. And a pinch of salt. Okay, we're gonna mix that up. Now, a lot of recipes call for you just to pour it over the apples once you get it in the pan, but to me, I just like it incorporated. I feel like it coats the apples more evenly. Okay, so I'm gonna pour this over the apples. And stir this up. And I have a buttered 9x13 pan, and we're gonna just pour the apple mixture into it. Just kind of make sure it's evenly distributed. It's okay if you don't have it all mixed, but I just like to make sure that it coats the apples evenly. Okay. And then just to help create, to help the apples along and create more of a sauce, I like to pour apple juice over the apples. And it would be even great for the fall if you did like an apple cider. That would be really good. Okay, for the crumble mixture. Now I don't know whether I prefer the apples or the crumble, but so we're gonna take a cup of flour. Sorry. A cup of pat ground brown sugar. Make sure that if your recipe calls for a cup of pat brown sugar, that you make sure it's packed. That way, otherwise you're not gonna have enough sugar in your recipe. I've got 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm gonna stir that in. And I'm also gonna add a pinch of salt. That's just the leveling for the crumble. That way it helps rise while it's baking. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a cup of rolled oats. And we're gonna get that all incorporated. Okay, I have 1.5 sticks of melted butter, and I'm gonna add in a teaspoon of vanilla. Of course, I don't ever measure my vanilla. I just measure it with love. Okay, so we're gonna mix that up. We're gonna drizzle this over. Gonna drizzle that over the mixture, and then that's gonna help to create the crumble. So you can see as you start to stir it, it's gonna create the the crumble that you're looking for. Okay, and I forgot to say this earlier, I think, but I put this in a butter 9x13 pan. Okay, and we're just gonna spread the crumble evenly over the apple mixture. Probably have to use my hands. You're just gonna wait. Oh, it smells so good. You're just gonna want that evenly distributed. Okay, it is ready. We are gonna bake this at 350 for 45 minutes or until it's golden bubbly. Okay, it's done. And my house smells like apple cinnamony goodness. So let's plate it up. Okay, and then you can't have apple crisp without a little ice cream. Okay, and then we'll add in the salted caramel sauce. To know how to make the salted caramel sauce, just go to my YouTube videos and you can find the recipe there. Okay, now let's give this a try. It's like apple heaven.